light table when I need it for if I'm doing drawings. I got my camera for my downshoot. I keep all my tools up above. I got cutting surfaces. This is my old mini DV cam. All you have to do is get the images somehow. Be it a camera, be it, you know, one of these. It could be, you can use this. A lot of these kind of cameras have like it'll say like a frame record sort of feature in any camera menu. You can kind of look through and find, they'll call it a frame record. It gets like 3 frames, but when you import that, you can usually crunch it down. You know, when you speed things up, you can crunch it down and you can get your single frames, and it's really fun. It's really simple. Being as probably most of you are video folk, you probably have a camera already. So the trick is just figuring out a way to get that live feed out of your camera into your computer, and then you can capture those frames off of the live feed. Frame Thief is really good. I think they have it for Mac and PC. I could be wrong. It might be just Mac, but I can't remember. Stop Motion is another good Mac program. If you have a PC, there's so many just simple capture programs. They're not too hard to find. You just start Googling stop motion, or image capture is a good keyword, and you can just start going from there. I mean, oh, here's one of the weirdest little. It's a very interesting little tip. A lot of cameras, they have like an auto shut off feature. Sometimes you turn it off. Sometimes you can turn it off. Sometimes you can't. If you can't find a way to turn it off, take the tape out of the camera. I can't find how to turn off the auto shut off on this camera, but if I don't put a tape in, it won't turn off automatically. So what we're gonna do is just set up a really simple, we'll break out the clay too. You know what I have? And Play-Doh you can get, I got 3 of these little tubs for, it was like 99 cents at Target. You know, like Play-Doh's cheap and you can do whatever you want with it. Frame rate. With stop motion, you're gonna have a lot easier time at 12 frames per second, because you only have to do 12 positions and you get a full second out of it, rather than video running at 30, you'd have to do 30% positions to get a full second. So 12 frames per second, while it depends. Wallace and Gromit is like 12. Corpse Bride is on a full 24. It's on what we call ones. When it's every frame, we call it ones. When it's every other frame, like 12 frames per second, we call it twos. So once you have it, it's just like a simple sort of like spacebar sort of thing, and we'll just do some things and make it kind of creep across the table. And there's different settings you can use. You can onion skin it and give it like an echo of where it's been, and you can set that, you know, more or less. And this is Stop Motion, by the way. And when you run it, you know, you can run it back and just see where it's going, and then you just kind of start moving on from there. The most common mistake somebody's going to make in terms of timing when they're first starting out is everything's going to be very even. Something's going to like look and then move its arm and then go like this, and it's just going to keep moving and just sort of, it just sort of goes and doesn't pause, and it'll grab something and then it'll throw it like that, and you know, it'll go on. But you got to kind of pop it a little, you know. You grab something and you hold on to it for a second, and then you start, you know, you start here and you throw a little bit, and then you're all the way at the end. You throw that thing, you know. It's like, give it, they call it ease in and ease out. If I'm going to move my hand from here to here, I don't go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's more like 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I'm going to start smooth and end smooth. And simple things like that are really going to affect how the character is perceived.
Benjamin Park. Sweeney Todd now. I can guarantee the closest shave you will ever know. You're barking mad. My arm is complete again.
Rated R this Christmas.
secure your camera as well as you can. Nails, don't be afraid to, well, if you got a nice cheap tripod like this one, I'll nail this to the floor, and that way even if I do kick it, it's not going to go anywhere. That's usually a pretty good way to keep things in place, is nails. Especially if you got these nice old...
Hey, kids, next time you're filming in your parents' bedroom, nail the tripod to the floor. Don't do that.
Oh, don't do that. Sure.
Oh, sweet.
I mean, and then, you know, we kind of recognize that as a head, you know, because it kind of looks and then looks around. And that's due to the pausing. Oops. If it just started waving, it could be an arm. It could be, you know, a leg, a foot, a hand. Like, we wouldn't know what it would be.
What's the best thing to do for, you know, any up-and-coming, whether they're in video, whether they're in animation, what's the best thing for them to do to get their work out there and, you know, work with big-name people?
I think it comes down to just getting out there and talking. If you find somebody, find the people whose work you like, and go talk to them. They're just more people, you know. I mean, they're all just people too, and I think you'll find if you just approach them, a lot of people will be really approachable, and everybody loves to talk about themselves. So that's probably the best thing you could do, is just get involved. Internships, like find a company you like their work and see if they'll let you work for them for free, because they probably will.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to turn that down usually.
That's how I got a job.
That's right. That's how a lot of people get jobs. I mean, that's where I ended up on that They Might Be Giants thing was I was interning at Bent Image Lab, and they do wonderful things. I really, really enjoy the work they come up with, and the directors there are really good, like Shel White and David Daniels. Like, I love their work. They have great things. Thanks, guys, for coming out. My website is javanivey.com. I'm sure they'll flash it about somewhere around here on the screen at this point. And yeah, that's me. So, bye, guys.
Weekend Extra is brought to you by Sweeney Todd, a Tim Burton film in theaters December 21st.